And we'll have ourselves a pretty decent rest of our Wednesday on our hands. Temperatures only falling into the 20s to low 30s under partly to mostly clear skies. But then we get ready for another nice day tomorrow. What a concept. 50s, some 60s for highs tomorrow as well. We'll go through the rest of your 7-day forecast, which unfortunately has a couple of bumps along the way. We'll talk about that coming up. First to 4 starts right now.
Live from KELOLAND Media Group. KELOLAND News, first at 4.
Absentee voting ahead of the Sioux Falls City election next week. Why you might see fewer workers on Election Day.
Plus, questioning the pay gap between men's and women's basketball after Caden Clark brings in record viewership.
And a competition between Sioux Falls breweries has come to a close. We're going to take you to meet the winner of Mash Madness. Good afternoon, and thanks for tuning in to First at 4. I'm Don Jorgensen.
And I'm Kelly Volk. Governor Kristi Noem issued a statement on Tuesday toward the South Dakota Native American tribal reservations, calling for banishment of cartels from tribal land. Noem says the cartels instigate drug addiction, murder, rape, human trafficking, and much more. This statement follows a requested financial audit from Noem that led to several members of the Oglala Sioux tribe to make statements regarding the ways that tribal funds are being allocated.
Well, as the governor calls on tribes to banish cartels, South Dakota tribe has taken action against Noem. The Cheyenne River Sioux Tribal Council voted to ban Noem at its meeting yesterday. We're going to tell you what led to the move and the governor's response coming up tonight at 6.
Next week, city council and school board elections in Sioux Falls are crossing paths with the solar eclipse. The city clerk says a small handful of his poll workers won't be able to work on Election Day because they'll be out of state to view Monday's celestial event.
I guess there's a optimum spot to see it here in the United States. I wouldn't know because I'm not into polar eclipses, but to some people it's a big deal and they want to be right there at the front seat seeing everything. So they said we're going to be traveling to the eclipse, so we won't be able to work the election. So.
In spite of the eclipse absences, the city clerk says he'll have more than enough poll workers for Election Day. We'll find out how absentee voting is progressing at the auditor's office coming up on KELOLAND News at 5.
All right, speaking of that, let's get a look at the weather forecast. We've had some sunshine, but that wind has been a little cool.
Yeah, it's been the X factor to an otherwise a pretty nice day across the region. Another round of sunshine, temperatures getting into the 50s in many areas. Unless you are still dealing with a little bit of snow on the ground, then you were able to get into the 40s. We'll start in Iowa this time around and go to Sioux Center, looking on the campus grounds out there in Sioux Center, Iowa. Beautiful afternoon to get out if you had the chance to do so. But again, it has been windy, and you can see that on our downtown camera as we go from Sioux Center to Sioux Falls. 53 at the airport with the north wind sustained at 24 miles per hour. And we have seen some higher gusts as well. We've also seen higher temperatures. How about 60s out toward Pine Ridge and Rapid City at 60 apiece, 66 Spearfish and Buffalo, 54 for Faith, 55 up toward Mobridge. I mentioned a couple of areas still stuck in the 40s. Winter, a prime example of that, 45. Valentine at 49, 47 in Chamberlain, right around 50 from Sisseton to Brookings, all along the I-29 corridor. And then there's that wind. These are sustained wind speeds, not gusts. 15 to 30 miles per hour East River, noticeably more tolerable West River of a variable direction, around 5 to 10 miles per hour. We really don't have much else going on as high pressure is going to continue to build more and more, and low pressure is going to also continue to push on to the east with snow continuing to make its presence known in Wisconsin and the upper peninsula of Michigan as well. We'll stay quiet for a little while longer as we do have high temperatures gradually getting a decent bit above average at times. We're going to be talking about highs well in the 60s later on in the forecast, but until we get to that point, we'll just have to settle with seasonable. Lows tonight dropping into the 20s in many locations, but we do rebound each afternoon through the rest of the week pretty nicely. We'll talk about that in the rest of your forecast as we head through the hour.
Thanks, Adam. Well, after the Iowa Hawkeyes versus LSU game Monday night became the most watched women's basketball game in television history, people are questioning the differences in pay between men's and women's basketball. Ophelia Jacobson with our CBS affiliate in Des Moines has the story.
Caitlin Clark's salary as the #1 pick in the WNBA draft would be over $76,000 this year, which is less than 1% of what her male counterpart will make.
That's disgusting. It's not fair.
I'm furious about it.
It's not just female athletes, it's also their coaches. Iowa's Lisa Bluter is one of the highest paid coaches in the women's game. But the $1.4 million she'll be paid this year is a little more than a third of the $3.3 million men's coach Fran McCaffrey is making. Civil rights attorney Roxanne Conlon says historically, the excuse for the difference in pay has been
women's sports do not make as much money for the university as men's sports.
But she says that may not be the case when Clark is on the court. Attendance records show the Iowa women's basketball team sold out every home game this season, averaging close to 15,000 fans per game. Meanwhile, the men's team was averaging close to 10,000 fans per home game.
Let's find true equality in the sports world for men and women. And no better example of a woman who deserves equality or better is Caitlin Clark.
Everybody knows about Iowa because of Caitlin Clark.
Bonnie Morris is a lecturer in women's history at the University of California, Berkeley. She believes pressure from the media will help continue to close the gap between women's and men's salaries in sports.
Women have been very thoughtful about requesting compliance with Title IX law and equal opportunity, and I think that conversation just has to be, you know, every other night, if not every night, in the evening news.
Clark has also been offered $5 million to play in the Big Three League, which was co-founded by rapper, songwriter, and actor Ice Cube.
Teachers and staff in the rural Iowa district where a deadly school shooting took place earlier this year could get bonuses if they don't quit their jobs under a new bill approved by lawmakers and then sent to the governor. The bill allows the school district in Perry, Iowa to spend $700,000 of local tax money on bonuses for employees during the upcoming school year. The bill would also waive state requirements on the length of Perry's school term. The school district canceled classes at the middle and high schools to give students and staff time to mourn.
Authorities in North Dakota are cleaning up after a diesel spill caused by a drilling rig in Dunn County. The company EnerPlus Resources says approximately 187 barrels of diesel were released under the rig and remained on the well pad. The spilled diesel is in the process of being collected and removed. State authorities will inspect and monitor the site throughout the cleanup and investigation.